Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's time for another edition of Victory in Sight. This is God in Action Publications and Ministries in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Reverend Christopher Ervin, founder, CEO, and president of this organization. And today, I've got a powerful word for you. This word I'm going to talk about today starts in the beginning. In the beginning, my brothers and sisters. We're going to go to the first book. And the book of Genesis. If you have your Bibles, if you have your beverage of sorts, your coffee, your water, it's early in the morning here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm trying to get a head start. I had a late night, an event that was an Indian wedding, and they had a great time. There's over 280 people out celebrating. And this is a testament to how far we have come. This is a testament. 1 year ago from today, look at where we were. We were walking in darkness, my brothers and sisters. People were lost. People were dying. But now there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And there is a return to some normalcy in America and in the world. Travel's coming back. People are taking off their masks. Now, we're still wearing our masks. But we do have some freedoms to release those masks from time to time with our families and with our friends and with those who have had their 2 shots. I've had my 2 shots so I can travel again. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And I want to spend today talking about light. Look at the book of Genesis with me, the first chapter. The first chapter of Genesis. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. I want you to remember that. God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. May God add a blessing to each and every word. Now I want you to move with me. We will be quick, I will be brief, but I want you to move with me, my brothers and sisters, to the book of St. John. St. John, the 9th chapter. And the first, and I'm going to read several verses. And Jesus passed by, and he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, "Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" Jesus answered, "Neither had this man sinned nor his parents, but the works of God should be made manifest in him. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is still day. Light, while it is still day, while it is still light. The night cometh, the darkness cometh, when no man can work. As long as I am in the world," this is Jesus, this is Yahshua speaking now, "as long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world." May God add a blessing to each and every word. Jesus goes on to heal this blind man. And as the Pharisees found out about this, they tried to make this man called Jesus a sinner for healing him. They tried everything they could to bring darkness to a man who was given light, who was given his vision. This man told them, I know not whether this man is a sinner or not. One thing I know, where I was blind, now I see. Where I was blind, now I see. I want to use, and I'm going to be brief this morning, I want to use as a subject, as a topic of conversation, just for a moment of your time. Now we see. Now we see. For the children of God who walk in his light, we are the children of the light, because we are the children of the truth. Jesus said, I am the way and the light. He also said, no one comes to the Father but through me. Now we see. Look, my brothers and sisters, there's a difference between the darkness and the light. And we all know that we need spiritual light to travel through this world. We need the spiritual light of God to travel through this world. We also need the physical light. You can't go anywhere in the world, in your own community, in your own neighborhoods at night, unless they have the lights so that we can see where we are going. So we need the spiritual light and we need the physical light. I want to talk about the spiritual light. And I want to talk about the darkness, the rulers of darkness in this old world. Paul talked about us wrestling with the rulers of this world, the dark forces, the dark spirits. He talked about that, and we've been talking about it with the shield of faith, the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness. We've talked about it over the last couple of weeks. Look, this ministry is about victory, overcoming, and being triumphant. We can't be victorious. We can't be overcomers. We can't be triumphant if we can't see, if we are walking in the dark. But you see, God has given us his word. He has given us his word. His word is a lamp unto our feet. If we rightly divide this word, we have spiritual light. And that light helps us to see. And that light helps us to understand. And that light helps us to walk in the light. To walk in power. To walk in authority. To hold our heads high, because we serve a God who is God and God all alone. There's a lot of evil and hate going on in the world today. Look at what's going on in Congress. Look at what's going on all around the world. There is a lot of hate. There is a lot of decision. There is a lot of darkness in the world. But my brothers and sisters, I want you to know and I want you to understand that as long as we have Yahshua in our life, as long as we carry the Spirit of God in our hearts, we are walking in the light. God is the light. He saw that the light was good, and he divided the light, the day from the night. And when we return to God, my brothers and sisters, when we leave this old world, we will ascend into heaven, which is the light. But the rulers of the world will remain here on earth, which is the darkness. Oh, I'm not telling you, my brothers and sisters, that we should hate those who are in dark places. We should love them. I saw kids, and I see kids playing all the time. And someone said it the other day. There was a little white girl and there was a little black boy. And someone asked them, do you all know what's the difference between each other? And they both said, yeah. He said, she's a girl and I'm a boy. And she said, yeah, he's a boy and I'm a girl. You see, kids don't walk in that darkness that we have been taught to walk in. And I say that we have been taught to walk in that darkness. They don't understand, and when we see kids playing together, they're not playing together as white kids or as black kids. They are playing together as kids. It is the darkness of this world that brings darkness to the hearts of men and women. And they have a purpose in bringing that darkness to you and me, my brothers and sisters, so that we can get caught up in all of this division. There is no such thing as a black man or a white man, and I say this all the time, and you'll always hear me say it in every message. There's no such thing as a Latino or an Indian or an Asian. We are all human beings in the human race. And it takes calamity to bring us together. Over this past year, my brothers and sisters, we have been coming together. Because when there is calamity, we don't look at color. We look at survival. We look at holding hands. We look at getting through this thing together. If there was a tsunami right now, there wouldn't be division. There'd be one decision. Let's work together. Let's do what we can to get out of this mess. We've got to stop it. We've got to wake up. We've got to regain our vision and see the forest through the trees. We've got to wake up. Now we see, my brothers and sisters, now we know that there is a difference, a marvelous difference between the darkness and the light. God gives us light. We are called, my brothers and sisters, to lift one another up, not put one another down. But that's what's going on in America. Look at the division from the left and the right in Congress. They are taking us nowhere. They're trying to suppress the vote. But what they are doing is helping us to realize they are in darkness and we are in light. And we need to increase. Everyone within the sound of my voice needs to get out and vote. You need to register everyone you know to get out and register to vote. Because these politicians don't want you and I to vote. They don't want you and I to count. They want us to continue to walk in the darkness where they walk. But there is a division, my brothers and sisters, between the day and the night. God has given us the light, the vision to see, the vision to understand, the vision to know that while we are separated, the middle class, the lower class, in this world, there are those who lay in their high havens far above the maddening crowd. And while we sit and we bicker and we fight about color, about race, they continue to matriculate with power and wealth in America and the world. Don't be fooled. Don't be bamboozled. Know this, my brothers and sisters, that there is a time when the people of God will awaken and begin again to walk in the light. And as we walk in the light, we shall transcend. We shall be triumphant. We shall be more than overcomers, and we shall be victorious. Are you walking in the light, or are you walking in the darkness? Jesus said, Yahshua said, I am the light of the world as long as I am in the world. So as long as he is in our hearts, As long as he is in our hearts and our minds, we are walking in the light. As long as we continue to lean, not toward the ways of the world, but toward the ways of his world and his word, we shall be more than victorious. We shall be more than overcomers. We shall, my brothers and sisters, continue. You hear me? We will continue to keep the victory in sight. Know that. Claim that. Victory is mine, saith the Lord.